世界上有卖后悔药的吗？
Is there a pill for regret? If there is, I need one. After my divorce, I deeply regretted it. My life has fallen apart, and I don't know what to do. Sometimes I feel extremely depressed. How did I let my life end up like this? There's no such pill. So now I'm truly sad and I hate myself. I can't accept who I've become.
我恨我自己。
Every year after the college entrance exam, divorce rates peak. Many couples have been struggling for years but kept up the appearance of a happy marriage for the sake of their children's exams. Once the exams are over, many couples immediately head to the Civil Affairs Bureau to file for divorce. However, many women regret their decision after the divorce.
离婚以后我就后悔了。
I regretted getting a divorce, but it's too late to say anything now. My ex-husband refuses to remarry me. My personal experience tells me that women should never divorce easily. Over 90% of women regret their decision after getting divorced. She said that at the time, she was too strong-willed and felt like she had married the wrong person. She criticized everything her husband did and wanted to change him, never considering her own flaws. Thinking that she would be happy with someone else, she divorced him and found a man 5 years older. But this man not only didn't support her financially, he even asked her for money, threatening to get violent if she didn't give it to him.
在我看到我儿子给我发的视频以后，
After seeing the video my son sent me, I truly regretted my decision. I finally realized that the one who suffer the most after a divorce are the children. That's why I want to remarry, to give my child a complete family, but my ex-husband refuses. Now I really regret it. If I hadn't divorced, at least my child would have had a complete family, and my ex-husband is devoted to the child. In China, the divorce rate has been steadily increasing for 16 years, with second and third marriages becoming more common. According to the latest data, around 3.5 million couples filed for divorce in 2024, while only about 6.1 million couples got married, showing a sharp decline in marriages and a high divorce rate of 57.5%. For every 10 marriages, 6 end in divorce. A striking statistic is that about 70 to 74% of divorce lawsuits are filed by women. It is estimated that up to 80% of women regret their divorce and wish to remarry. A woman named Ding, who was 30, had been married to her doctor husband for 3 years. He was educated and cultured, meeting all her expectations for a partner. At first, his family treated her well, but after they had a child, Ding felt her position in the family had diminished, and she became dissatisfied with her husband's income. She threatened divorce to take control of the family's finances and even gave up custody of their child, thinking her husband would admit his mistakes and reconcile. Instead, her husband agreed to the divorce, and 2 months later, got promoted. Ding saw herself as the only victim and even tried to get a mediator to intervene, hoping to regain custody of her child. The husband was born in the countryside and hoped to achieve success to repay his parents for their upbringing. However, his wife did not show enough respect to his parents and even suggested a divorce, disregarding their infant still in the cradle.
他妈可以站在我家里，拍着手板跺着脚板。
Her parents are so domineering. Her mother would stand in my house and yell at my mom, pointing her finger at her. They've always treated my family this way. What frustrates me the most is that she didn't want the child. She abandoned the baby when he wasn't even a month old. Can you find another mother like this in all of Changsha? When the Civil Affairs Bureau refused to accept our divorce, I told her, take care of the child for 2 more months. You're on maternity leave, and you've hired a lactation consultant and a postpartum nurse. But she coldly said, I won't take care of the child anymore.
After her ex-husband refused her request, Ding deeply regretted her decision, but it was already too late. A relationship consultant revealed the harsh reality that women face after divorce.
结婚的女人啊，基本上都会后悔。
Divorced women mostly regret their decision. After years of experience in this field, I found that nearly 80% of divorces are initiated by women. Let me tell you, as long as there are no major issues and the man is still willing to work and support the family, never divorce easily, or you will surely regret it. Why? Because the reasons women want a divorce often stems from seeing everything wrong with their husbands, complaining that he doesn't earn enough, isn't romantic, and feels like life is just revolving around household chores with no hope. Sometimes it's because of an unreliable friend who stirs things up, or because they envy others' lives and think that after a divorce they can find someone better. But in reality, after a divorce, women only have 2 choices: remain single or remarry. If they stay single with children, they bear the full responsibility of making money and raising the children. And if they get sick, there's no one to take care of them. That's when they realize how tough it is to live alone. If they choose to remarry, life gets even harder. Men who are poor are unattractive, and those who are well off are often out of reach. They end up picking another man who is also divorced with children. After remarriage, they realize the man doesn't earn enough, isn't romantic, and they're still stuck doing all the household chores. The situation might even get worse because family relationships are more complicated. That's when regret hits, but it's too late. They either have to settle and make do or divorce again and return to their ex-husband.
可是，你觉得人家还会搭理你吗？
But do you think he'll care now? Back then, he begged you so humbly, and the child cried so heartbreakingly, yet you heartlessly walked away. Now you want to come back. Why should he accept you? I'll tell you, he'll never forget the harm you caused him. He and the child no longer need you. So I sincerely advise all the women thinking about divorce, don't make this decision lightly. Never let momentary impulse and vanity destroy you and your family. There really is no pill for regret. Recently, a woman from Shandong stood under her ex-husband's office building holding a sign that said, "Hubby, I'm sorry. I just want to remarry to give our child a complete family. I will wait here for you to come down and see me." She stood there in the blazing sun for 6 hours, but her ex-husband never showed up. Another woman, after listening to her friend's advice, divorced her husband, but as soon as the paperwork was completed, she regretted it deeply and began slapping herself.
好多人都说二婚不好过。
Many people say second marriages are hard. At first, I didn't believe it, thinking I found a good man. But today, I realized I was completely wrong. My husband returned to his hometown. We had an argument a couple of days ago and haven't resolved it. Today, we barely spoke before starting another fight. Now he's throwing things around the house. Look, he's even knocked over the child's stroller and nearly broke the coffee table. The child keeps crying, and I feel so heartbroken. Now I don't know what to do. I can't let go of the child, so I have to endure this. Why are so many women initiating divorces? Experts point out that under the current economic downturn in China, husbands are struggling to support their family on their own, and women have no choice but to bear the dual economic burden of working and family care. This dual burden on women is especially prominent during periods of social transition, leading to frequent conflicts in marriages. Although economic independence enables women to initiate divorces, the decline in quality of life due to high stress also leads many women to regret their decision and wish to remarry. A lawyer explains.
为什么现在离婚大部分都是女人先提出来的呢？
Why are most divorces now initiated by women? Many men believe that it's only natural for women to take on housework after marriage and childbirth. But times have changed. Women are now more independent both mentally and financially.
In the past decade, the rates of women buying homes and cars have increased by 20%, surpassing that of men. The number of women participating in the workforce is now only 2% behind men, and in the field of graduate education, women even outnumber men by 1.6%. Therefore, the traditional family structure of the home has changed. The vlogger says,
Think about it. Women could earn money and live well on their own, so why would they continue a marriage with a man who neither appreciates nor understands them?
And the latest data released by the Ministry of Civil Affairs supports this view. According to the National Divorce-to-Marriage Ratio for 2025, the top 3 provinces are the 3 northeastern provinces, Heilongjiang, Jilin, and Liaoning. In Heilongjiang, the divorce-to-marriage ratio reached 63%, meaning that for every 100 couples who marry, 63 simultaneously divorce. This statistic may seem absurd, but it reflects the consequences of decades of industrial decline, population loss, and hopelessness. In the late 1990s, China experienced a massive wave of layoffs, and the Northeast was hit the hardest. According to data from China's Statistical Yearbook, between 1998 and 2002, over 40 million people were laid off from state-owned enterprises, with nearly 40% concentrated in the 3 northeastern provinces. Factories closed, employees were laid off, and many families were left with nothing but cabbage and potatoes on the table. Financial struggles intensified family tensions. Many young people chose to move to the south for work. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, by the end of 2024, Heilongjiang's permanent population had decreased by 407,000 compared to the previous year, marking the 4th consecutive year of a net outflow of over 300,000 people. Being separated long-term for work leads to instability in the family. What's more crucial is that women in the Northeast have always been relatively independent, strong, and capable of earning money. According to data from the National Health Commission in 2024, women in the Northeast have an average of 10.4 years of education, above the national average, and the urban employment rate is 68%, much higher than in the Southwest. This means that Northeastern women are financially stable and confident. They don't rely on men for support, and don't need marriage to survive, so they're naturally not afraid of divorce. The second reason is that a lot of toxic positivity has distorted the views many women hold about marriage and family. A vlogger explains,
我们国家的离婚率到今年
In our country, the divorce rate has been increasing for the 15th consecutive year. Behind the rise, the so-called motivational quotes have played a toxic role. For instance, saying like, a home is a place for love, not reason. If you love me, don't talk about logic. Men are rational. If you don't want him to reason with you, what else can he do? Another one is, a man who truly loves me will treat me like a daughter. To women who say this, let me ask you, do you treat your husband with the same respect you'd give your father? Would you cry, throw tantrums, and demand money for bags and gifts from your father? Another harmful saying is, a man who spends money on you may not love you, but a man who doesn't spend money on you definitely doesn't love you. Are you a product for trade? Yes, men need to bear financial responsibilities in the family, but they shouldn't become moral hostages for women's endless demands. Regardless of whether a man spends money on you, you should have the ability to earn your own. Don't just keep asking. Don't underestimate the influence of these toxic sayings. When a person is continuously fed with such ideas, their values can be severely distorted, and in the end, they may not even understand why they're getting divorced.
现在我发现又出来了好多毒鸡汤啊。
Now I find that more toxic sayings are emerging. I saw one that made me laugh. It goes, why do women propose divorce now? If she's doing well, will she ask for a divorce? Since women are more likely to propose divorce, it must mean they're unhappy, that the men aren't treating them well. So what's wrong with her asking for a divorce? This kind of illogical reasoning, I don't know where it comes from.
The vlogger analyzes, a big reason why women are asking for divorces now is because of infidelity. Is such behavior in a marriage still to be praised? Should a woman's betrayal still be blamed on the man? Who's the real victim here? Where's this logic coming from? Yet many women believe it without a doubt. This is why many people who have been caught cheating walk away with their heads held high, saying, if you treated me well, I wouldn't betray you. Even many parents say, if you treated my daughter well, would she find someone else? The vlogger ends by saying,
the saddest thing is that there are still many influencers spreading these ideas to brainwash people. Have your consciences been eaten by dogs? I really don't understand today's internet. People who speak the truth are censored and limited in their reach, while topics that make those who harm others feel comfortable get high traffic.
In traditional Chinese culture, marriage is based on mutual respect and equality, emphasizing human harmony and responsibility. However, after the Chinese Communist Party took over, it initiated multiple social movements, especially the Cultural Revolution, which distorted people's ideological views. Traditional family ethics and a sense of responsibility were impacted, leading to a gradual weakening of marriage concepts. The 5 provinces with the lowest divorce rates are Tibet, Guizhou, Henan, Gansu, and Qinghai. These areas are mostly inland provinces with a strong traditional culture, low population mobility, and conservative views on marriage. Tibet, in particular, has the lowest divorce rate in the country, at just 1 out of 1,000.
西藏的离婚率为什么全国最低？
Why is Tibet's divorce rate the lowest in the country? The main reason is that the concept of marriage in Tibetan culture is heavily influenced by family and religion. Both marriage and divorce require collective family decisions, which reduces impulsive divorces. Experts analyze that Tibet's low divorce rate is due to the local social culture and the emphasis placed on traditional family values and religious beliefs. Tibetan Buddhism has a traditional view of marriage, emphasizing stability and longevity. Divorce is seen as shameful in Tibetan society and is subject to societal pressure. Additionally, Tibet's social culture is relatively conservative, and the importance of family values is high. The traditional family structure and ethical beliefs are deeply rooted in Tibetan society. Furthermore, the simple lifestyle and pure interpersonal relationships in Tibetan communities makes it easier for couples to understand and support each other in daily life. Professor Luo Xiang, a law professor at the China University of Political Science and Law, offers deep insights into marital relationships.
中国的离婚率呢，现在
China's divorce rate is now one of the highest in the world. The main group initiating divorces is young people aged 22 to 35, as they have a much stronger sense of autonomy than their predecessors. They fall in love at first sight and get married, then impulsively divorce when angry, letting their emotions run wild. This kind of love is often a form of narcissism, and narcissistic love never lasts. No one can meet all of your expectations. A lovable person will be loved by everyone, but when they are no longer as lovable as before, you still love them and are willing to find their lovable traits. This might be real love, and to achieve this, one must have a tolerant heart. When you make a mistake, you hope others will forgive you, so you should also accept the imperfections in others and learn to tolerate them.